Brutus, I'm trying to record. Can you just wait one freaking minute? Thank you. Hi, hello my friends. Today is Bangchan's birthday, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm a little obsessed with drawing Bangchan. So if you go through basically every single one of my sketchbooks, guaranteed you will find a sketch of him. Here are some examples. This sketchbook actually has my very first sketch of him. I did this on September 4th in 2021. And if you see the drawing on the left is one from 2025. I've been drawing him for 4 years now. And this drawing here on the left is actually one of my favorite sketches I've ever made of him. Then I have this one. I like to include this one because I really like how I drew him. And this one, I drew the back of his head, which his tiny duck curls are so cute. And another theme you'll notice throughout this sketchbook, if there's a picture of Bangchan, there's probably a picture of Hyunjin on the adjacent page. That's Hyunjin, those are Bangchan's hands. Consistency is key here, my friends. This then was the next sketchbook, Wolfgang. I absolutely love that video. I love that song. Yeah, this one again with his back. We all know this. Bangchan sitting, his infamous mirror selfies. Here's yet another sketchbook. And right there, smack dab when you open. First couple of pages. Yeah, Bangchan, Bangchan, Bangchan. The one here on the right is Bangchan. Up down there. Yeah, the 5-star. Is it called 5-star? You know what I mean. This one, I drew him in Aries armor, and then there's another one of Bangchan. Moving right along, my friends. This I did for Inktober last year, him sitting in the car with the kangaroo. I think the word was drive. Here's another sketchbook. This one here on the left is probably my favorite sketch I've ever made of him. It's just very tender, and yeah. More Bangchan and Hyunjin. Bangchan, Lino, Bangchan. Yet another one of Bangchan here on the left. Oh my god, more Bangchan, and I love this page spread as well. Hyunjin has to be in the middle of it. And this is my current sketchbook that I'm working in. Boom, Bangchan. Oh my god, another 2 pages of Bangchan. Oh my god, and Bangchan right there, third character on the right. And then there's another one of Bangchan. Bangchan and Hyunjin. If you can't tell, Escape is probably one of my favorite Stray Kids songs. This is one of my first watercolor paintings I've done. It's actually based off of a photo I took during their Dominate Los Angeles. Same with this spread right here. So why am I showing you all of these sketches and art pieces? Good question. Well, I wasn't sure what to draw for his birthday because I draw him so often. Like, it's so bad, I'll even be sitting there teaching and I'll just sketch him on a random sheet of paper. So I bought this marker pad in South Korea, and it's actually my favorite paper to use because it makes the markers have kind of a painterly effect. And some of my proudest drawings are in here. Like, I don't normally draw teeth, but that one of Bangchan with his finger and on his teeth, I don't know, man. I'm proud of it. And then last year, the Inktober drawings that I did of Bangchan are some of my favorites. So I then thought, I have this piece in it, and this is some of my proudest line art I've ever done. My nephew remarked, "Damn, that's really clean line art." And this is based off of when Bangchan and the rest of the kids were on the cover of W. And this came out when I was in Korea, so I bought these when I was in Korea. But there is an outfit. I mean, you could kind of see it there. But if we go a couple more pages forward. There, right there. That outfit is to die for. And the little teaser videos that they did of the in-between photo shoots. This one right here. The second I saw it, I had a vision for what I wanted to draw. But I knew that I would need to use my dip inks for it, for the flowers in particular. So much like my other birthday videos, I'll be reading a poem that I wrote, and you'll see the rest of the process. Before I do that, because I'm not sick and I can, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bang-chan. Happy birthday to you. Great, now that the cringe is over, something I just kind of wanted to say before I read the poem is that Bang-chan is my muse, which I think is kind of apparent by the amount of times that I draw him. And that's not even all the artwork that I have. That was just the most accessible without being too excessive. I count him as my muse because I'm always inspired by him, and I always find that I'm trying to understand him. My zodiac sign is Aries, his is Libra, and he's the opposite. So a lot of the things that he does, the way that he acts, are things that I have a hard time understanding because I would never do that. But then they end up being something that I really respect and I really relate to. And I find myself trying to be better every time I'm learning about him and watching what he does. I believe in the power of manifestation and your intentions. And something I really, really want to do is I would like to work with Stray Kids and help make art for their albums. And not just Stray Kids, but other K-pop groups. Like, I really like ATEEZ or Psychers or Tomorrow Together, just to name a few. But I hope by my continued hard work and the art that I'm going to be sharing that has to do with how these different groups have impacted how I've developed into the person I am today, I hope that they see that and that they end up wanting to work with me. Okay, enough of that. Time for the poem. Let me take you to a place that nobody even knows. The sky is burning and apparently I'm still yearning. Make your way to me. I'm tired. I need to take a knee. Rest. My mother never really knew best. Requited love is all that's required. Once we found each other, take a bow. Just follow me, I'll lead night and day, escape now. I've heard telltale that this train never sleeps. The love and longing I feel off my feet it sweeps. My opposite in the truest sense. While you protect, I go to defense. The difference being you shield and I attack. But the funny thing about opposites, they always end up attracted and complete. Their extremes turn to moderates. Both of us, the enemies we defeat. One, love and beauty, the other, war and courage. To those around you, you have a duty. For those I love, through hell, death, and the mud I'd trudge. I've learned so much through your simple, loving actions. You give me hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. Hope for the fallen and the lost. Hope for dreams rather than nightmares. My life seems to be only current abstractions. But I know through this resounding sorrow, if I simply listen to your voice and music, I can cope. Though our lines seem to remain uncrossed, I send my love and energy to turn to light airs. As is, it's never one-sided. Please know that. In you, my being I've confided, not out of delusion or combat. Your very existence teaches me how to move forward. You've taught me how to accept myself, faults and all. So I stand on the beach looking shoreward, no longer lost in the great abyss. Though great, that abyss sure was small. So, my dearest Chris, let me say it plainly so as not to confuse. Though I feel many a bruise, I'm not broken. This is because you're so open. I think of your being in music as a castle, maybe decorated with K-pop and the good old razzle-dazzle. But no matter the exterior, I've been given time to heal while in the interior. I now look forward to what life has to offer, this scared little girl, someone's daughter. I now feel safe and protected. Through your selflessness, we are connected. Happy birthday, Bangchan. I took your hand and ran.
once, I wouldn't say it, would I?
Once you wouldn't.
Well, goodbye.
It's time we did.
I can't believe it. We're done. It's exactly how I envisioned it, and it's taken me a year to finish this. I got a little bit emotional, but you know what? Happy birthday, and I'm happy I finished it. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.